I was just wondering, in one of your interviews with King Greenhouse from its rainmaking time, Dr. Peat, you talked about the proper way to take Cytomel and Thyroxine, but it was, I don't know, I didn't really completely understand it, so I was hoping maybe you could elaborate a little bit more on the dosage, because it seemed like you were talking about, like, if you're going to take 10 micrograms of Cytomel, to split it throughout the day, or did you mean take 10 micrograms in the morning and at lunch, or to actually split the dosage?
Well, sometimes if you're just in a temporary stress state, sometimes 10 micrograms will break the whole stress. But if you're not that lucky and are going to need it for a longer time, then the body normally, ideally, should make 4 or 5 micrograms per hour of T3. And if you take all at once, very much more than 10 micrograms, your liver activates enzymes for destroying it or excreting it. And so it goes away quickly as when you skip taking it. I experimented on myself taking 25 micrograms at a time, and after 2 or 3 weeks of doing that, 12 hours later, if I didn't take another dose, I would go into a very intense hypothyroid state with my heart stopping every 6 seconds or so. And that would, 30 seconds after I took more T3, that would get regular again. But if you take your 10 micrograms with a meal, the food is going to delay its absorption, so you get maybe 2 or 3 micrograms each hour. And so 10 with each meal is a pretty smooth way to take it. If a person,
does it always have to be taken along with Thyroxine, or is it better to just take Cytomel by itself?
Just occasionally a person has some peculiar need where they want to quickly, in just a week or so, get to complete normal functioning. For example, people who had cholesterol levels of 450 or 500 or so wanted to get their cholesterol down in a week. And the only way you can do that is with frequent 5 microgram doses of Cytomel to get your thyroid function up to full normal very quickly. But, for example, someone who has had a heart attack and doesn't want to put a lot of workload on their heart by energizing their system suddenly, they don't want to take more than 1 microgram at a time. And when you take a big typical dose of, say, 50 or 100 micrograms of Thyroxine, which is a typical tablet size for the Thyroxine, that depends on your liver for activating it. And so it's sort of unpredictable what's going to happen when you take a big dose of Thyroxine. But the one you have to be very careful about taking in small amounts is the T3 if you aren't backing it up with the T4. The T4 is preferred by most doctors because your liver will seldom make more than it needs. The trouble with relying on Thyroxine is that in women, very often the estrogen keeps the liver from making as much T3 as you need from the Thyroxine. And so lots of women go around taking fully normal doses of Thyroxine while not having enough active thyroid function.